Welcome to Friday night football in the Isuzu UTE A-League men's competition. It's the champions versus the cup winners, but form is everything as we see our two sides in the Isuzu UTE tunnel camp. Western United are hoping to avoid becoming just the second champions in A-League history to lose 3 on the bounce at the start of the following campaign. While for the cup winners, Macarthur FC, back-to-back wins will see them move provisionally top of the table after their 2-0 triumph over Adelaide last time out. There's still no Prijovic for Western United, but John Aloisi is not pressing the panic buttons after those 2 losses. It's an unchanged starting 11 from that one that went down 3-1 to Sydney FC. All eyes on the centre of defence and Leo Lacroix, who has been underperforming. And without Prijovic up front, Dylan Wenzel-Hall shoulders the goal-scoring responsibilities, flanked by Lockie Wales and Connor Payne. For Macarthur, there is no Uli Davila, but Dwight York has said this season, if you're performing, you will keep the shirt in a winning team. So just the one change, that enforced one. Davila out with a hamstring, sees Craig Noon come in. There are 5 former Western United players in the starting 11 for Macarthur. Jerry Skotadis in midfield, champion last year. And 4 of the back 5, starting with goalkeeper Philip Curto, Ushkok, Aspro Potomides and Vujica, all former Western United men. Speaking of Socceroos and people who'll be looking forward along with the entire nation to the World Cup, John Aloisi. His story was written in green and gold, and he's catching up with some familiar faces there and a couple of former Socceroo assistant coaches on either bench as well, Hayden Fox and Anthony Crea. And we are just about set for a start now. So much riding on this match for Western United, so much riding on this match for individuals as well, with the World Cup just a month away. We're underway at Amy Park. Round 3 of the A-League season is underway, and what a big one it is, Andy Harper, for these two sides. Western United, the champions, desperate to turn things around after a slow start to the campaign against a Macarthur side still flying high and could go top with a win.
Yeah, good evening, Robbie. You're certainly right. I mean, some of those stats you quoted in the intro are really telling. And Western United need to win tonight. They don't want to go 0-3 and already be looking for the World Cup break to reset themselves. You don't want to be getting to that break coming up for the World Cup with that job in front of you. And that means tonight's 90 minutes is extraordinarily important for Macarthur. Of course, we'll think back to last season. No one was really expecting Western United to emerge from the pack. And Macarthur have set a very early season form line to match Western's from last year. So maybe all the predictions on the back of their cup success might be giving a little bit more ammunition to the fans of Macarthur that they might be able to do something seriously in this competition this season.
Here's Vujica and Jerry Skotadis, a man in Macarthur who knows what it takes to become champion. He was not a bit part player, but he wasn't certainly starting 11 last season, not first choice in that Western United side, but certainly played his part in winning the league, and so far he's been filling the boots of Kieran Backus in the middle of the path for Macarthur and doing well. Backus missing again today, along with Jake Holman, as well as his space on the left for the cross in, back post towards Lockie Wales, and Philip Curto called into action early against his former club.
Curto was a bit scratchy last week, Robbie. We've been very impressed with him in the league generally, but he was a bit scratchy last week. But he came to try and claim this one, a really important and in the end convincing palming away of the ball. A big sigh from the pole.
11 saves made by him so far in 2 matches, but Young's conceded 5. Curto with 2 clean sheets. Here is Jamie Young. Rolls the ball out, goalkeeper of the year last year, some stunning saves. The fingertip save king, as he was monikered in the pre-game show. 7 fingertip saves last season, more than any other goalkeeper. And from a neutral's perspective, let's hope the goalkeepers are busy again this evening.
He's had a stat category, actually, fingertips as opposed to
says
palms.
There are so many stat categories, Andy Harper, you would not believe it.
And am I to assume that a fingertip is the highest category of save?
We'll stay with the action just a moment as Troisi chips the ball in to the box, and here is Josh Risdon looking to get the better of Wojtsa, and he does so, gets the cut back towards Wenzel Halls, who flashes a shot at goal, and Western United claim rather vociferously that they should have a corner, not given.
It was really poor defending from Wojtsa on the byline. It's very clever from Risdon, though. Let's celebrate the innovation of the aspiring still Socceroo.
And Leo Lacroix, at 30 years of age, will have had rough patches in his career before this, 2 games into the new season. Kilkenny, the #1 passer in this Western United side for Wenzel Halls. He's done that well. Troisi, well, he just didn't read the trajectory of the ball there at the pace, but Wenzel Halls has done brilliantly. Palmed out, Lockie Wales can't control the rebound.
Well, 5 minutes in, Lockie Wales with a great chance. Came really quickly on the rebound, but Dylan Wenzel Halls has got the taste for it tonight. He's come very close with that effort set up by Josh Risdon. You can see him here linking in the build-up and then ferreting around to pick up the crumbs. Great anticipation from the Western striker and a lashing shot that's beaten away by Philip Curto. Too much on the rebound for Lockie Wales.
We were singing the praises last week of Bushcock and Aspro Potamides, but the latter getting in a bit of trouble there with Skadatis. And now Wenzel Halls again, and it's out for a corner. And 6.5 minutes in, the champions are on top here.
Well, it's 3 chances for Wenzel Halls in 6 minutes. I don't think he's had 3 chances in the previous 2 games. He can be really difficult. When things are working for Dylan, he's in the mood, the biorhythms are working, he's had a good night's sleep, whatever it is. There are games where he turns up and he's as close to uncontainable as you can get in the comp.
Blocked by Troisi. Kilkenny gets there. Oh, and that's a lovely turn from Connor Payne. Just shouldering Miller out of the challenge. Connor Payne down into the area. Looks up, crosses for Wenzel Halls. Now Troisi. The cutback. And Connor Payne saved by Curto. Well, it was complicated, but they got a shot off in the end.
It was complicated and messy. But it was just a little bit of nervousness, someone really waiting for a definitive opening to back themselves, and it wasn't falling either to the right foot or the correct foot of a particular person. Curto fumbles a little bit in the end. James Troisi, as a case in point, it falls to his right rather than his left. It takes a bit of the sting out of things.
That's a yellow card for Troisi for a foul on De Silva, and now Skatatis for a foul on Troisi. Now the referee set a tone there. Troisi, in theory, has to be careful.
Well, I think he gave it to the challenge to the Western player before Troisi got in there, maybe to protect the former Socceroo Asian Cup hero, James Troisi. I didn't see much in either of the exchanges personally, but it's the ref's job. He's on the spot, sees what he sees.
Made his refereeing debut back in 2009, Kurt Ames, in the A-League. As young punchers, so there's no lack of experience there, even if it's really the last 6 seasons that he's tallied up those 80 A-League men's matches. Taken short. Noon's ball in is a great one, and the header from Miller. And Macarthur, with the set piece, have stunned the champions. And Western United concede again.
It's a hammer blow, this one. Really, for Macarthur on the Harvey Norman replay. The cross from Noon's a good one. It's a pretty routine defensive display. Should have been for Western United, and all their good work undone.
Still without a clean sheet so far this campaign. Here's Troisi. That's a lovely little 1-2, the cutback for Wales. Now Risdon Oh, he slipped at the crucial moment. He's managed to pick it out. Troisi appeals for a handball. A corner is all they'll get.
And this is where it's come to. It's fantastic opportunity inside the Macarthur defensive area. Good passing and movement. Everything's great until the penalty area. And then they get the yips. The cutback's not quite right. Then Joshy Risdon slips. It doesn't quite sit for James Troisi. And amidst all this, Macarthur are scrambling admirably.
High ball into the area. Kilkenny. Oh, he's been caught out by Noon. They've given it away again in a dangerous part of the field. Arzani. And Kilkenny stands him up on the edge of the area. Troisi now. Kilkenny. And it's intercepted by Danny De Silva this time, getting the better of Lustica. Toure has done well. Toure shoots and saved by Young, but it's another shot on target.
That's very tidy from Jamie Young. That one, to me, Robbie, looked like it dipped really late.
Kenny hairs after it down the touchline. Immediately tried to be positive, tried to get Troisi onto the ball, tried to get things moving forward again for Western United. Here they come again. The two experienced hands. That's a great pass for Risdon, whose shot was not struck as cleanly as he would have liked. But it was on target. And Curto once again called into action.
Well, it was a bit of a tight effort from Josh Risdon. You can understand why. He needed to make sure he got it on target, first priority, which he does, but didn't strike it at all cleanly, not as he's certainly capable of doing.
A first half, a few stoppages, plenty of chances, 15 shots at goal between the two sides. Western United with the majority of them, but probably the better ones have been the way of the away side. This is just the 6th time this fixture has ever been played. 2 wins apiece and a draw at the moment. Incidentally, Andy Harper, this is the 5th different venue for this fixture in 6 runnings. Campbelltown twice, Leichhardt, Ballarat, Launceston, and now for the first time, Amy Park. That's half-time at Amy Park, where Western United, the champions, started well, but courtesy of Matt Miller's only goal of the contest in the 24th minute, are staring down the barrel of a 3rd consecutive defeat to start the season. As it stands at half-time at Amy Park, Macarthur are provisionally top. At the break, it's the Bulls 1, Western United 0. And it's John Aloisi's side who are chasing the game that get this second half underway. Andy Harper, it's not for a want of shots at goal, it's getting the ball into the right parts of the field, it's making the running, it's being positive, but it's not happening. And this is after 2 losses back-to-back for this side. You don't want to make losing a habit you can't break.
No, Robbie, it's showing all the signs. Because by every other measure, the Western United players, 1 to 11, have turned up to play. They've turned up to fight. You could see in their body language, when they were remonstrating with themselves, if a pass went wrong or a chance was missed, wasted, and you could see them remonstrating with themselves. They've been focusing all week on turning this around, but sometimes the harder you work, the less output you can generate. And the reverse is the case. When you're winning and things are going well, you're in that zone. And that is quite clearly the impact of momentum. Winning momentum in Macarthur's case. And so far the talking point is about Western United. How do they get out of this? 2.5 games now without success. They've got 45 minutes to turn this one around. Very capable, of course. The attitude's been terrific. Somehow got to find a win here.
Well, only Brisbane in 2014-15 and Melbourne Victory in 2018-19 have previously lost their 2 opening games as defending champions. As here's Wales, the cutback towards Payne. It might yet fall for Garuccio. And again, it's fabulous scrambling defence, that time from the goal scorer, Matt Miller, or was it Jerry Skotardis, sliding in and making a desperate goal-saving clearance.
Skotardis, great stuff. Again, this just sum it up? It's beautiful work to make the opening. And then they can't quite find that pass because not just once but twice Skotardis is intervening on behalf of his team.
Kilkenny's ball near post. Payne with the flick. Miller with the header. And De Silva keeps it on its way. Connor Payne. Payne again. Down to the byline. The cross is another good one across the face of goal.
Well, it's so tempting, isn't it? It's tempting everyone, but the Western strikers just can't get there. Payne makes the space nicely. He gets on the outside of Matt Miller, does really well, takes the option to angle the ball in. It had a really nice shape on it.
Kilkenny. How about this from Neil Kilkenny? A foul by Skotardis, who's on a yellow, and Kilkenny is not impressed.
Kilkenny really thought the attack was away.
Troisi and Skotardis, the 2 yellow cards in the first half, and Skotardis can probably consider himself a little bit lucky on that occasion. Oh, as there's space here, it's another fine ball from Craig Noon for Arzani. Arzani against Lacroix. Arzani goes left this time. Trying to catch out the big Swiss defender, and his shot was well stopped by Young.
But what a beautiful pass out of midfield. Craig Noon, he'd taken in all the information as the ball's coming to him, and over his blind shoulder, he hits that ball across the body beautifully. This is a great chance, and Arzani one-on-one v Lacroix. He beats Lacroix, although the big fella had narrowed the angle towards the near post, and at that point, Jamie Young was happy to do the rest.
In it comes. Young punches only as far as Rose. And, well, that was a very presentable chance for goal number 2 for Macarthur. Lockie Rose just snatching at it in the end.
Well, it sets up nicely, controls it well on his chest, Lockie.
Garuccio back out. Kilkenny with Lustica. This is nice again. Now, Risdon. Little touch for Wales into the area. Well defended by Aspro. Ball to the back post is overhit from Risdon. And Drew, who is very, very quick, gets there and clears, but it comes back again. Connor Payne onto the right foot, lays it back. Risdon completely mishits it. Looking for 2 goals in 2 games, Josh Risdon. It looks like it's out for a corner kick.
Well, enough already for the Western United fans. It's a great chance that presents for the skipper. He doesn't lose his feet this time. First half he slipped in one chance. He had another good shot with his right foot, and that on his left. He really should have nailed that.
Still more holding on, pushing, bustling in that 6-yard box. Ball in, the punch from Curto, and Lacroix just trying to dink it back in. Now what's Philippe Curto? Well, has he got a problem? Is he going to have to come off here? Or he wants treatment? Well, he's taken the refereeing into his own hands, Philippe Curto.
Tame at the end from Lacroix.
Yep. Troisi wins it back. Kilkenny. Big switch of play. Look at the space here for Josh Risdon. Huitza coming across. The cross in towards Wenzel Halls. And now Risdon again. Saved by Curto. Still it's alive for Western. Back in again towards Payne. And Risdon has it back for a 3rd time in this passage of play. Now Lustica. The cross almost made Wenzel Halls again, and the final effort from Connor Payne is bitterly disappointing, but so was that header from Wenzel Halls. It was there for the taking.
Well, this is the contrast, isn't it? It's a great switch of play. Arzani can't quite get back. Vujica has to pedal at full speed. It's a delightful delivery, this. Now that's a pass from Josh Risdon. That is a pass.
Well, what he may lack in the subtleties of midfield play, Lockie Rose, he makes up for with sheer running as the chance this time. The flag is up for offside. I'll have to have a look at it. Lockie Wales is not impressed. As Philip Curto wants more attention for that left calf. Well, finally, Western United open up Macarthur at the back, and it's been ruled out, at least for now.
Well, it's another beautiful delivery. It could be a line ball for either of them. Lockie Rose looks at that angle to have that left shoulder to have breached the line.
And it has been given. Well, John Aloisi in the ground announcer knew before Kurt App. So they're back on level terms, Western United.
Harvey Norman replay will show us the quality football that produced the goal. It won't show the contention of the line call. But Connor Payne with good penetration spreads the ball nicely. Josh Risdon excellent. And jeez.
So Philip Curto is unable to continue. So Nick Schumann is coming on. Made 3 appearances last year. The first of which was when Curto was sent off against the Jets. Schumann, who also featured in the Cup run, so he has played competitive football this season. A couple of individual errors creeping into both sides' games here. Wales again, buoyed by his goal. Taking on Aspro Potomides and earning another corner. That's number 9 in favour of Western United. Possession more and more in favour of Western United. It's taken short. Troisi whips it in, and Botic got his head on it, but little more.
But look at the challenge from Uzkok on that. And Botic, it was a difficult one for him. But
Kilkenny, as we tick over into stoppage time. Kilkenny's ball, back post, Parias. Can't keep his header down.
Tough chance, but he got himself into position. Position good enough to make contact. Matt Miller was providing real nuisance value. It's nicely dropped to the back post from Kilkenny. And he manoeuvres that space well enough, really, I think, to expect a little bit more of himself.
At the moment, the Western fans have been waiting for. Alessandro Diamanti last played on February 20. That was a blow. Perhaps Macarthur just feeling they could settle for a share of the spoils here. But Western United, buoyed by that goal that came with 21 minutes to go. They come again here. Square ball. And I think that hit Noah Botic without him really swinging the peg at it. It was a great ball in from Lockie Wales. It was the last chance to win it at the death. As the referee blows the final whistle. Fixture that could have gone either way at Amy Park has finished in the end, courtesy of goals from Miller and Wales in each half. Western United 1, Macarthur FC 1.